So I'm at Wat Lomoli. It's a temple in the city center by the moat. You can see by the entrance there's some elephant statues. Elephants are pretty synonymous with Thailand, but particularly the north. They still have wild elephants in the jungles out here. These are some trees that you see the leaves. They're made out of like metal charms. You can actually make a donation to the temple, and then you get one of these leaves, and you write your name on it, and then you hang it up for good luck. Here, by the entrance to the temple with the Buddha inside, where people pray, at the entrance you'll see two Nagas. These are Thai. Well, they're a mythological creature originally from Vedic texts, but they've made their way into Buddhism. They're giant snakes. They're not dragons. These are snakes. And you can see over here, they have a stage set up and they're doing a show. This is Chiang Mai, so the way everyone's dressed up, this is a traditional Lana style, a northern Thai style. The Lana kingdom is actually its own separate kingdom for I think 700 years. It has a very old history. A very beautiful temple. Now, you see these things here, the flags with the decorative paper? They're stuck in sand. So the tradition here, so a long time ago, people used to take sand from the temple for good luck. And the idea here is that at the beginning of the year, the end of the year, beginning of the year, you can purchase some sand from the temple. And the idea is it's like you're putting the sand back. You're replenishing the sand in the temple. You can see people have the flag and the bucket, and then they come to this area here where they put the sand at the base, and then they stick the decorative flag into it. So that's the station where you can make a donation and get the bucket of sand and the flag. And then you come over here and you plant your flag. There's actually monks on duty here. There's actually a temple where people practice. And over here you'll see throughout the temple there's lots of stations where they take donations. This one is for the decorative leaves that I mentioned earlier. You put in 39, I don't know how you put in 39 baht, I'm sure everyone puts in 40 baht. And you get a leaf, and then you write your name on it and you put it on the tree. And then this is really interesting. So, you know, I mentioned in the first video, Songkran, the tradition originates with the idea that every New Year you're supposed to clean the statues at the temple. And this is what they're doing in action. You see the Buddha up there. It's very high up. This is a very, very old structure. So rather than taking the Buddha down, they set up this system of ropes and levers and pulleys and stuff where you put the water into that the bamboo container on the bird, and then it flies up there. Yep, it flies up there and it lets you cleanse the Buddha. Really cool. Alright, just thought I'd give you guys a quick tour of the temple. So behind me, that is the stupa. That's the English term for these. It's actually the Sanskrit word for mound or heap. A lot of Buddhist sites are built around the stupa, which is this giant mound monument thing. Typically there's some sort of holy relic inside, and it's sort of like a nexus point for people to pray. You can pray around it. A lot of people will pray while walking around it. They're usually the center points for the temple. Yeah, so if you find yourself at a Thai temple, a good thing to do is just take a stroll around the stupa. and typically there's lots of like little interesting things along the way. Obviously there's a statue of the Buddha. You can see he's doing a hand sign. Those are called mudras. They have a lot of symbolic value. A lot of different religions have these sort of symbolic hand gestures. I think maybe the Buddhist ones, I think they're derived from Hinduism, but I think they may have made their way into Christian art as well. I think I've seen paintings and statues of Jesus doing similar hand gestures. Yeah, lots of statues throughout. The orange cloth, if you look closely, that's got people's names written on it. So earlier you could see there's a station where you could make a small donation, write your name, maybe a nice message for good fortune. Here is a guardian lion. This is a Sing. The Thai beer, Sing, that's also named after these things. It means a lion. The equivalent of these in East Asian art is the foo dog, which are the guardian dogs that you see in front of a lot of like Chinese, Japanese, Korean temples. Yeah, really, something I love about Buddhist art is you always see these fun, cool monsters all over the place. I guess the Western equivalent would be like gargoyles, but these are a lot more prominent. These are really part of daily life out here in Thailand. You see them every day, see them all the time. This one you can tell is actually pretty new. It's got a really nice handmade feel to it. You can tell it's handmade, made out of clay. It's really fun design. Remember those demon dog things from Ghostbusters? They were definitely inspired by Sing and foo dogs. Oh, yeah, all right, okay. Fun fact. Hold on. Okay, take a look at this and then one sec. Okay, so I'm at the back entrance of the temple, and you can see there's a pair of dogs, lions. This one's a little harder to see, but yeah, they're traditional guardians of the entrances. And this one has subjugated this yak, which is yaksha. It's like sort of like a kind of malevolent giant kind of thing. And yeah, this symbolizes this noble beast overcoming this other beast that represents ignorance. This one's more traditional style. It's more floral. It's more refined, and if you look closely here, it's even got like a flower in its butthole. Even its butthole is decorative. All right, yeah, remember what I said before about the East Asian equivalent being the foo dog? Well, here's one, right at the entrance of another part of the temple. Yeah, this one's very Chinese style. You can tell this foo dog is a male because it's playing with a ball, and the female is usually playing with and protecting a cub. And then over here is Ganesh. Obviously, Ganesh is a Hindu deity, but even though Thailand's a very Buddhist country, you will see statues of Ganesh. He's sort of been incorporated into the Buddhist pantheon. He's associated with like good fortune, especially with commerce. So you'll see statues of Ganesh outside like commercial centers a lot. And here, people are making offerings. It's a very common practice. Let's see. In his hands are a lotus, a seashell, and a trident. Those all have different symbolic meanings. Let's see if I can remember. So the lotus is symbolically important in Buddhism because it's a flower that grows out of the mud in the bottom of the pond, and then it keeps growing until it breaks free from the surface and blooms into a beautiful flower. And that's analogous to the act of like cultivating yourself and bettering yourself and achieving enlightenment. The shell is associated with during funerals. It's often shells are used as a vase, and there's a ritual where you pour water out of it. It kind of symbolizes the fleeting passing of your life and time. And The trident is that's like a vajra. It's a symbolic weapon found in a Vedic text that's made its way to Buddhism. The word for vajra is the same as diamond, and you know, obviously it's like a cool mythological weapon. It's really powerful, but it also is symbolic of you know, the diamond, as in like sharpening your mind like a diamond, so it can cut through ignorance. And then behind his head, you can see the halo, you know, representing enlightenment. Yep, all good things to strive for. So I hope that was fun and educational. Here you can see a jackfruit tree. These are giant fruit. Alright, still strolling around the temple. Yeah, sometimes you'll find these cool little like secluded spots. Oh, here's some really cute statues. You know, these are more contemporary, cartoony, fun and cute, but yeah, there's nothing wrong with incorporating, you know, modern art, modern stylings into this temple here. That's pretty common to see, the little cute monk statues. And then there's a little clearing here with some beautiful chairs made out of, looks almost like driftwood. I've never seen chairs like this. These organic forms are really, really beautiful. And then here, somebody's made an elephant out of, this is pretty much like discarded wood. Like you typically would not carve with this kind of wood. Or no, I'm wrong. It's made out of, well anyways, this isn't the type of wood you typically carve with, but these have been carved into. But you know, as you can see, this kind of wood doesn't last long, and yet these old statues have been salvaged and repurposed into one bigger one. A really amazing elephant. And it's just here in the corner, just quietly waiting for somebody to stumble upon it. Yeah. I love visiting temples. Yeah, if you visit Chiang Mai, definitely check out the temples and stroll around. Just take a leisurely stroll around, and you'll discover a lot of cool stuff. Beautiful.